Hi, my name is Chris Velez. I'm the Chief Trainer for CujoCop Incorporated. We're a not-for-profit training company. We specialize in behavior modification for the good dog acting bad, therapy training, and explosive detection canine. Hi, this is Chris Velez again of CujoCop Incorporated. We're going to talk today about shock collars or remote collars. There are a variety of different types. You have a remote collar right here, which is very common. It has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different levels of stimulation, as they say. This is basically putting a 9-volt battery to your tongue and increasing the voltage. They have their purposes, but like most things with a shock collar, it should be used as a lesser of two evils. Evil number one, the dog gets away from you, runs into the street, and gets killed by a car. Evil number two, use a shock collar, which prevents the dog from getting killed. I go with the shock collar, or the remote collar for that purpose. Obviously, there's a lot of training that should take place before you get to that point, but the event you absolutely need one, a shock collar is not an absolute taboo. Just be very careful on how you use it, because if you use shock collars incorrectly, you can actually cause injury to the dog. There are people that have been arrested for using these in the past for dog abuse, as well as child abuse, and these are not things that should be used on people at any time. This one, in particular, is actually made by a company called PetSafe. Very nice collar. Not a big deal. It works with the 10 levels of simulation. This one is known more commonly as a sport dog collar. It's waterproof. It's made by a company called Sport Dog, and it has a decent distance and range, about half a mile. Now this one, which is made by a company called Outstanding Pet, has become my favorite of all the remote collars. It has 7 levels of stimulation. It has an audible tone just like all the others, but this collar actually has a vibration feature as well. So you never actually need to give the dog an electronic shock or take that 9-volt battery and put it to your tongue, as you will. Instead, you can just have it vibrate around the dog's neck, which distracts them from what they were doing and has them pay attention to you. No pain, just distraction. I like this one of all. Again, this one's from Outstanding Pet, and something that you should consider using if you needed to. Price ranges on all of these collars will vary. The one from Outstanding Pet, believe it or not, is amongst the least expensive. It's under $100. It has a half a mile range, or as they say, about, several thousand yards, depending on who you read. But I'm telling you right now, with the 7 levels of correction and audible tone and the vibration feature, it's far beyond all the other ones that I've used. Dog from Sport Collar, the Sport Dog one, this is a couple of $100s. Shock collars will range from anywhere low end or low price, $70, $80, all the way up to $500 or $600, depending on the range and the distance that you want to use. But every time you use it, remember that you're going to need to have batteries in. Plus, with things like the one from Outstanding Pet, it's rechargeable. You put it in your house, you plug it in at night, use it, and the charge has lasted 3 days of continuously being on dogs for testing or just leaving it on the counter. The light is still flashing after 3 days. Now, granted, I'm not shocking or using it or even setting it off, but that's the amount of time you can actually leave it on without it turning off. Again, they go from inexpensive, Outstanding Pet, to extremely expensive, Sport Dog, and there's a whole lot more beyond that. Take some time, look into whatever you're going to use, and research it before you buy it, and whenever possible, have someone that actually has experience with it teach you how to use it correctly to prevent you from injuring the dog.